Two. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome back. This is Tobias, that guy Tobias. And I'm really glad you could tune in again. Today is going to be an interesting one for a lot of people, right? Or at least I hope it is, because, we're going to talk about taking risks and how I moved to Germany with only $500 in my pocket. Now, for many people, right, that'd be like super scary, right? And I have to admit, it was scary for me too, right? I'm only human, right? We're thinking, wow, you're moving to another country with not a whole lot of money. Like, what is on your mind? How do what and why? Why would you move across the world to another country with only $500 in your pockets? And, before we get into it, I want to ask all of you to, like, comment, share, subscribe. Moving on, got that house clean and done. So why I chose to move to Germany with only $500 in my pockets. Well, how it all got started, right? It was 10 years ago, actually, right around this time. a decade ago. It was 2012. And I wasn't working. I was looking for a job. That's what it came down to. I was working previously at a mobile games company in San Francisco, California. Thing was going cool. And you one of those days you walk into the office and you get the heat put on you because I was contracting and all the other contractors, right? Like, oh, we are restructuring, as they put it kindly. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I don't have a job no more. That sucks, right? So it left me, trying to scramble to find work. And I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do? I got bills, I had my son, I had, my situation that I was going through at the time of being married, going, or that was coming to a close. And it was just a really, really tough, time in my life. So I was like, again, out of work, looking for a job, apply for a few positions, didn't get them. And I was online and I found this, a job that I was qualified for right at the time. So, I sent them a resume and they were like, hey, we like your CV. Let's, kick things off with a Skype call. Like Skype, who does like a Skype call for a preliminary interview, usually like, you get your phone screen or something like that. So the company, said, hey, let's talk on Skype. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now, before I applied for the job, I actually didn't even look at the company's website. I just sent them a resume. And when they, say, let's kick things off with a Skype call, that's when I looked at their, company's website. And the name of the company is called Wooga, or Wooga, Wooga.com. They're a mobile games company. And I see immediately that they are located in Berlin, in Germany. And I'm like, oh shit, you're in Germany. Okay, immediately I'm like, I need a job, but I'm also fearful. But then I think to myself, this relationship also is coming to a close. I'm gonna need a fresh start. And I'm gonna, it's work. I couldn't find anything, locally, and it was promising. So yeah, that's kind of how it all got started. Now, going through the motions, right? I talked to the folks right there, talked to this guy, Jan. He said he really liked me for the position. And excuse me, they wanted to talk to me. I got an email a couple days later after like the first Skype call. He was like, I get it. Hey, yo, we're interested. We'd like you to, we'd like to interview you again for, for the position. I'm like, okay, but it's either going to be you come to, Germany, right? We'll fly you to Berlin for a face-to-face interview, all expenses paid, or we can do another Skype interview with you. And I'm like, hold on, you gonna fly me to Germany for a job interview? Okay. And they're like, well, why would you want to come to Germany for the job interview when it's easier to do it, over Skype? And I'm like, you know what? If I'm going to move to Germany, right, because it was a requirement that if you but all people for this company, Wooga, worked in that office. Still worked in an office. Remote work wasn't a thing like that, too much in 2012. So hey, if I'm going to work for you, I want to meet my colleagues. I want to see the city. I want to see the office. I want to make sure I feel good in Berlin. So that's what happened. They flew me to Berlin for my face-to-face interview. I got there on Thursday night. I interviewed on Friday morning. Friday night I partied. Saturday night I partied. Sunday I flew back to California. Monday morning I have a job interview, or excuse me, I have a job offer, and it wasn't even for a whole bunch of money. Right? It was actually quite for real. It was for a customer service job. They were going to employ me to do a customer service job. No, that's not what I do currently, but I had to think about, this like, hey, I got this job offer, how am I going to spin it? How am I going to, talk to my family and all that stuff about this? So, and again, I didn't have no money. I was actually kind of broke. I was broke when I went to the interview. I think I had like $80. I went to the job interview. So I'm like, I'm in another country with $80. Come on now. But hey, I was like, you know what? Let me make this happen. So I get back, I go through, I get the offer and I'm talking to a couple of people, and one is a former friend. And he's like, you know what? Okay. Oh, I remember now also the company I was working for, the previous company, they actually offered me my old job back. I wouldn't be a contractor. I'd be a full-time employee, fully benefited, the whole nine. And I'm like, okay, that sounds cool and all, but I knew that I had a lot more to achieve in life, and wasn't no customer service job about to, allow me to do that. That's usually, a dead end job. And I mean, what it was customer service for most mobile games companies is just helping out folks, via email. Hey, they write in, they have a question, and you respond to them via email or via a live chat. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, but then I'm like, well, I got this job in Berlin. And with that, I'm thinking, or I'm having some conversations with some people, and it's to the point where, hey, I got to make a choice. So you can either stay in Cali, or you can move to Berlin. Your relationship is over, and start something new, a whole new adventure, right? You don't know what's going to happen, right? And you're going to be in another country. You don't know anybody. There is no support system. You can only rely on you. And for me, that was exhilarating, right? It was. But it is also a massive, massive risk, because that fear of failure is there. Well, what happened? What happens if I don't make it? What happens if after 90 days and I don't complete the probationary period, and they let me go, and then I got to go back to California as a failure. And that's everything that's a few things that were running through my mind, my heart at the time. And I was nervous as shit, right? I mean, I was extremely nervous. And my friends, my family, they could kind of see it on me. But but I didn't want to miss this opportunity. I didn't want the regret, right? Because if you talk to some old people, right, or some more mature people who, in their 60s, 70s, 80s, the one thing they always have is the regret. Hey, I had the opportunity to do X, and I did not do it. And it eats them up inside, right? It really, really eats them up. They're like, man, I really should have just taken, the time. Even if I did would have failed, it didn't matter. At least I would have tried, because the try, right? The doing is where you find the solace, right? Or is where you find the joy, right? The journey of going from A to B. B isn't, the destination isn't what it's about. It's always that in between, that journey, and the experiences that you have along that way. Now, with this job, right, I decided to take it. And like I said, it wasn't a whole bunch of money. After taxes in Berlin, right, after taxes, I was bringing home $1,575, which ain't nothing. Nothing, right? That's nothing. After taxes, come on now. It's nothing at all. But but cost of living in Berlin is extremely cheap. So I was able to get an apartment. Right. Well, actually, before I even had to get my own apartment, they got me an apartment. So they gave me like this full relocation package. So it covered my flight to Berlin. It covered my apartment for 3 months. So they gave me an apartment for 3 months, fully paid. They gave me a signing bonus. What else was there? Yeah, it was the apartment, the full relocation, signing bonus. Oh, and they also helped me get, my work permit, right, and residency. So, you couldn't work there without being sponsored. So I got the job. Like, oh, hey, we're gonna hire this guy, and yeah, it was a really, really easy, really simple process, that they did for me. Now, when I get there though, right? Like I said, or actually even before I get there, like I said, I was broke right after the job interview. I didn't have any money. I said, F it. Like I said again, broke. I had to reach out to a couple of friends of mine, right? Like one is like one of my family members, and he know who he is. He gave me a few $100s to like help out with this with my endeavors, because like I said, I was broke. I was actually you know what? I should say it. Actually, I remember having to cash cans in just because I was at that point in my life. I was at a very like financially, I was at a very, very low place. And it humbled me. So, and also again, if you're doing this kind of stuff just for the opportunity to, you have no clue, or I had no clue where it would lead me to. Again, this is 10 years ago. I am not making, $1,575 a week now. I might make that in a week. Or but yeah, it was the opportunity to do something great with so little, right? It's what it came down to. I had an opportunity to do something great with something little, with something minor. How do you take $500 and, you know, be able to support yourself? Now, again, like I said, when I got there, I had an apartment in my name, right? Or the company had an apartment for me, so I didn't have to worry about room and board. I didn't have to worry about, food. We had plenty of food in the office. We had beer in the office. I'll go ahead and show you some videos and all that stuff here in a moment. But I remember when I flew to Berlin, right, to move there. I land, right, with the $500 that I have. And just because you have 500 US dollars does not mean you have $500 in Germany or in any country where they use the euro. So back then, 2012, the euro was a lot stronger than what it is today. Today, it's like one US dollar is like 90 cents there. Back then, 2012, $1 was equal to 65 cents. So we're going to do some math. Give me one moment so I can show you exactly, right, how much I was actually working with when I got there. So bring this calculator up. So got the calculator on the screen, right? You can see that. Are we there? Yes. So I had, when I got there to the airport in Berlin, I had $500, right? Where is the calculator? There we go. Let's pull that over here. So $500, US dollars. But again, remember, the dollar was only worth 65 cents there. So we have to multiply that by 0.65. $325 or 325 euros is what I was left to work with until I got my first paycheck. Right. So I got 325 euros to maintain myself for 1 month. Right. And most folks like, what? $325 for I can't how do you do that? How do you budget $325? You learn real fast, right? So I'm thinking, okay, I can do this, right? And again, this was a risk. This was scary. This was something that I knew I had to do. It was deep in my bones. It was in my heart. And I'm like, you know what? If I don't do this, I probably won't ever be happy. Give me a moment. Let me go ahead and have a good sip. Cool, cool. So I got 325 euros. Now, of that 325 euros, right? I had missed one of my flights in the state. Well, it's the states from San Francisco to Hamburg, not to Hamburg, to München or Munich. It was a connecting flight. So I flew there, but since I missed my flight in San Francisco, high winds, yeah, I was gonna be late. And I fly to Germany though. I get there, they're like, hey, we know you're late. Can you just take a taxi? Don't take the bus. Yeah, it's gonna cost you some money. To get here, we'll reimburse you. I'm like, God, oh, I'm already spending money that I don't have. So I remember it was a 26 euro ride. So let's just go ahead and do that. Minus 26 euros. So now I got 299 euros out the gate day one. That's it. 299 euros to my name. And again, this was extremely, extremely scary. Right now, I was thinking to myself, am I going to be able to make it, right? Can I do this? Do I have the wherewithal to not be out there, doing dumb stuff, out there messing off my money and all that until I get paid? Am I not going to be hungry and all that good stuff? And it weighed on me heavily. I was like me. I was fronting hard. I was scared. I was so afraid because again, I did not want to fail. I didn't want to be in this other country, but I didn't know anybody. I didn't speak the language. Like I said, no family, no friends. Man, these folks is 5,600 miles away, right? I'm on the other side of the world, 9 hours ahead of people or my friends and my family. And in doing this, right, I just really knew that I could do more with myself. I could propel myself into greatness. But it all came from, at least taking this initial risk. Now, with this $299, what's the first thing you think I had to do, right? Because I remember I got to the office, this lady Nadine, she picked me up and like, hey, I'm gonna take you to your apartment, or I'll take you to your apartment, and I'll give you the keys. You'll be good to go. I'll introduce you to another guy. He just got here yesterday, from Italy, and maybe you guys could be friends. All right, whatever. And she takes me to my apartment. I meet him. Then the first thing I do though after meeting this guy is go find a grocery store, because I'm like, I need to buy some food. Right? I got this little tiny refrigerator, and I'm a black man. Black folks, we typically buy a whole bunch of food, to cover the family for like 3 weeks. Then we go back to the grocery store. Right? We don't buy food every other day. And with this tiny little refrigerator, I couldn't do that anyway. So, but the first thing I did was, what did I go buy? Found a supermarket, which was it Lidl or Aldi? It's one of the two. But I bought rice, because rice is cheap. Chicken wings, or no, chicken thighs and chicken legs, because we know those are always cheap. I bought some grease or some oil so I can fry up my chicken. Right? I bought salt, pepper, flour, so I could batter my chicken. And I was looking for seasoned salt, and they did not have any seasoned salt. I'm like, how do you not have seasoned salt? But this is not, I'm not in America. So not everything is as it is right at home. Right? A lot of times you don't have those creature comforts. Like, what, let me just go get this, that, or the other. Our creature comforts, those little knickknacks that you can find at 7-Eleven or whatever little things you want. But now, I have, I don't remember how much I spent, but now I'm definitely less than the $299. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I got some food for a little bit. I can hold myself over. I still wanted to kind of like go out and party. And the company actually, we had stuff like beer, on, like, not on tap, but we had big hella beers in the office. And I kind of want to show you a video real quick. Give me one moment. Let me kill this one. Let's see here. Let me remove that. There I am. And let's share. Oops. Screen. Chrome tabs. Give me one moment, people. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and kick this off now. This is the office, right, that I worked in. And it's actually this building the big red building. It's called the Bakfabrik, or it's a bread factory that the company refurbished and turned it into a bunch of office spaces. Actually, we had the third, fourth, fifth, and sixth floor. For everything from the third floor up was the company office. So I'm about to go ahead and play this. Like I said, this is just...
Got it. Come on, guys, let's go on the Wooga tour. Our Woogers come from over 40 countries around the world, and we're all based here in Berlin. We all communicate in one language, games. Well, actually, it's English.
I have a lot of memories here of this place. Some really fond ones.
We have an awesome kitchen where we all meet up and we hang out, and it's the hub of everything here at Wooga. We have independent teams here at Wooga. They have full ownership and are fully responsible for every success that they get here. They decide how they make the game, and they have the full freedom of all the decisions.
Yeah, it was an amazing...
Over half of our employees have relocated here to Berlin. We make games for every country in the world, and our people here reflect that.
Dave Jenner. Okay, I've had enough of that video, but actually I'm going to show you one more, right? Let's go. This one, let me see here. Let's share. Where's that at? Let's share this tab for you guys. Now, there it is. This was, well, with this one, I think they might have taken a hit because there's no audio. And yeah, there was audio on it when it was first published, as you can see in November of 2012. And oh yeah, I remember Kaiser. She I actually interviewed with her, chick from Canada. Can't remember her name or his or hers. I know they're still on like LinkedIn and all that, but then oh look, yours truly. We want to bring that back just a little bit because, as you can see, I was way too happy. Yeah. So yeah, man, I look back at this. I'm up here with this purple T-shirt on, and yeah, this was actually obviously months after I had gotten there. This is November of 2012. So it was a thing, right? And it was a very, very amazing experience for me. And if I didn't, right, take that leap, right, that risk to bounce to another country with $500, one, two, three, four, fifth, $500, and then getting there and having even less money, right? Having even less money, right? I'm down to $299, then buy some food, and I'm less than that now. Again, the cost of living in Berlin is very, very cheap, or at least it used to be. I know the cost of living has increased a fair bit since I was there, but it was an opportunity. And I think many folks will have opportunities and not take the risk to capitalize on that opportunity, which I don't think you should. I really think, if you have the opportunity to do something great, something different, and your heart is calling you, is pulling you to it, do what you got to do to get there. Don't let nothing, right, stop you. Nothing. If you got to borrow some money, you got to cash in some cans, you got to DoorDash, whatever it is you got to do to make some money, to keep that paper coming so you can get to the bigger money, the right, do it, right? Take that risk. It may not be something like mine, right? Where you move across to the other side of the world. It may not be that. Most people's won't be. And this is non-military, right? This is not. Oh, I don't want to go to the military because they're going to send me to Japan. That way, that's guaranteed. You got some money coming in, you got a roof over your head, and all that good stuff. And it's not like you're going to get fired or anything like that. Where when you do have a position, an experience like mine, it should be what, or it can be this is fearful, but if I don't do this, what's what is there for me? How am I going to, whether it's make ends meet, or how am I going to live with myself, right? How are you going to live with yourself by letting the opportunity pass you by? You're going to just say, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and brush my shoulder off on that one. I'm gonna do something else. And if you choose to do that, that's up to you. But if you have the opportunity to do something great and it's risky, go do it. Right? Go do it. Go figure it out. Go. It's not gonna your family, your friends, 9 times out of 10, all them cats gonna be right where you met them. And when you succeed, right? When you succeed, here come the congratulations, the congratulatory. I knew you could do it. I could always believed in you, but they didn't believe in you beforehand, or they did, but you needed to figure it out for yourself. You need to be able to take that time and just go out and just make it happen, taking that risk. So what is scary? Yeah, it's hell scary, right? I mean, I had less than 300 euros to my name for a month, and I was still trying to go out and party. We had beer, like I said, in the office, so there were many times I would fill my, I got my laptop with me, carry it to work and all that. I would be putting beers in my backpack with my, my laptop. So when I got home, I can, pre-party before going out. I can get a little perk before I go out for that evening and only spend like 10 euros, right? Oh man, kicking it with my boy Matt Spriggan. Oh man, my boy Sean. Roshan, you know who you are, man. He was out there in Berlin going bananas. And Poland and some other places and Budapest, Hungary. Oh yeah. And, oh, but none of that would have happened, right? None of that would have happened if I would not taken that first risk, right? Taking the first step into that unknown. That it's kind of like, you ever watch like the old, 80s movies, it's from the 70s or something like Indiana Jones, and he got the coin, or they're at a chasm, and they're like, okay, that's just blackness. And they got that coin and they flip it, and the chasm is deep, right? They listening to see how long it takes for the coin to hit the ground. And they're like, it just never hits the ground. And you're afraid right now. Your fear is you might fall into that chasm. You don't know where their safety net is. You don't want to take that risk. You don't want to make that jump. Nah, no, no, no. Take that risk. Believe me, you can swim. You don't need no floaties. You're good. Believe me, you don't need no floaties. I didn't have them. I did not. And it was the best experience, or it was the best decision I ever made, because now where I'm at and where I am in life, oh, I'm in a yeah, things are real good. Like really, really good. Pardon me. And my thing is I would really like to see others examine whatever their situation is. They have some fears, they have some, risks or risks available for them, and they know that risk could lead to an amazing outcome in their life. Let's have the conversation. Like, why wouldn't you do it? What's keeping you back, other than fear? If you don't have anything tying you down, like you don't have a child in, like, your city or something like that, I get it. Or if you do have a child or children, you know what, I get it. But then sometimes you got to go away to make a way. That was my situation. I had to go away to make a way, and now that way is very, 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 very nice. But it all started with me taking that risk, right? It really, really did. It was um like I said, I think where I would be right now if I could, like, be like, those choose your own adventure books back in the day, where, oh, the Hardy brothers or something, he's going to go into the cave, or he's going to go, to the other direction. Which one are you going to choose? If I would have chosen not to move, I don't know where I would be right now, honestly. And like I said, it was scary. It was tough. My family telling me, oh, you need to come home and blah, 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 blah. But they didn't have the vision, right, of my life. My vision was still unclear at the moment. I didn't know where I was going, but I knew it was better than where I was. And I'd really like to see, more folks be able to tell that story. Like, hey, you know what? Yeah, I had some risks that I needed to take. There, I was afraid. I was fearful. I didn't know where I was going to end up. And I still made the choice, right, to do it. Right. It might be for you, maybe you need to push harder on your business, and or maybe your business and your job, right, are kind of like neck and neck, or your businesses almost support you, but the job is still supporting you. You got your benefits and all that, but if you just have the belief that you can push even harder, right, on this business and blow your job out the water, but you're still very comfortable. Excuse me. You're very comfortable with that salary that is, being given to you every 2 weeks, or, once a month, whatever your pay schedule is. It is scary to give that up, right? Or maybe, hey, what, you just need to move to another city to be able to do more, right? You just need to get away from your current situation. And I'm not saying a relationship situationship. I'm just saying your current lifestyle, your current situation, and move to another place to start something new, to do something different, to have different opportunities available to you. But this fear is in your heart. This fear is holding you back. You have to stomp that fear in the face. Stomp his face out. It's like, oh, ninja. You, you got to let it. You got to do it, or you don't have to, and you can think about where that goes. So we're about almost 40 minutes in, and I'd really like to get on these comments right now. Let me see here. Humble is good. Life is cars, clothes, homes, and the journey. Salute to me. Thank you very much, Chaotic Truth. I appreciate that. Before the billions, facts. So let's see here. Two boys and my two good people. So yeah. If anyone will want to come up and have a conversation about it, I'm about to go ahead and drop the link. So let's go ahead and invite. Let's copy this link. Copied. Let me go ahead and put this in the chat. Oh, I can actually drop it. Okay. Here. Comments. There we go. Turn that down because I don't want any feedback from my phone right now. Like I said, I don't know if more people are watched on Facebook or not. I can't really tell. I don't know if this actually tells me if folks. I got to speak to a couple people on that because I'm streaming on Facebook and I'm streaming on YouTube, so live as can be. Let's do that. Oh, no, don't want to add that to the stream. Don't want to add that. Actually, I'm about to jump on the Facebook real quick, and I'm gonna throw this mug directly in Facebook. Let's see if let's see, StreamYards posts. So yeah, seeing if anybody gonna come up. Not sure if anyone's gonna come up or not, but that's okay. You come up, you come up. You don't, you don't. That is fine. But yeah, I really wanted to get this one off my chest, right? Was taking a risk. And because I was able to, take that risk, life, not just for me, but for my son, the people around me, I can help them in ways that I could not before, especially financially. Oh my goodness. And it all started with, moving to Berlin with $300 or 300 euros, or $500 or 300 euros. Who would have known this amazingness would be me today, right? I would have never imagined that I have what I have. Really, especially coming from, a lot of folks talk about single moms and all that. But that's fine. We ain't talking about we're not having their conversation. But that is what I come from. I never would have thought that coming from where I come from, I would be able to have a whole, bunch of money, and folks is like, oh, you're doing well, right? And all that good stuff. That's the truth, right? It was always Jesus blessed them folks. No, that hard work is what it's about. And the risk and the hard work, right? Because you got to take the risk to put that work in. It is an amazing thing. Once you cross that threshold, you cross that line. So yes, got 3 people viewing. I think one of the viewers, it was me. It's all right though. The channel's about to be growing. About to jump in on a whole bunch of other people's channels, also other panels here again. So Yeah, oh yeah, still streaming on Facebook. I wanna what does that look like right now? Give me one moment. Oops. Facebook. Hmm, interesting. I am looking for I'm in my notification center on Facebook and I don't see hmm, myself as getting a notification to go live. Unless they don't notify me, they just notify everybody in my friends list. All right, I'll figure it out. So, oh yeah, oh, a few more folks have shown up. Thank you for coming in. Thank you. Yeah, today we've been actually talking about taking risks, and how I moved to Germany, to how moved to Berlin. A decade ago with only $500 in my pocket or 300 euros, and how most of the time you wouldn't think that you probably think, what you gonna move across the world with $500? No, what? Who in the hell does that? Me did it, and oh, because I did it, like I said, I'm in a much better place. So yeah, I'm gonna give this a little bit more. Let's see if anybody else wants to come up. I don't think anyone's about to join, but that's all right. That is all right. I'll give you another chance, another time, another couple days, probably on Friday evening or something. Have another great, monologue, and with that, hopefully more people will see it. Come on in. Look at me. Oh goodness, I'm so fly. Oh, hold on. Let's get in there. You see that? Okay, over there. Yeah, the flower white. Oh, that's just. you know, I'm flashy. I've always been a little. I always like to stunt, but yeah. Oh, goodness, Mr. Tyrone, bro. Oh man, me and that man go back, go on the second Sunday house music parties. Wish you would have been at the last one, just this past Sunday or Saturday in the city, man. It was real fun. Actually, it was on Treasure Island at Araceli Cafe. David Harness was there spinning some real good soulful house. But yeah, man, this one, I don't know how much of it you caught, Ty, but yeah, it was about myself and how I moved to Berlin with $500 and or 300 euros, and from that point, it actually turned into something amazing. Everything that I've been able to build now, because you know what I came from, man. We don't even put what I used to do in the chat. don't do that's nobody business. So but yeah, man, it's been a whirlwind for me. It's been an amazing experience. I've met some really great people. I've had some really fun times that live here, that live in my photos. um yes, actually I should share a photo of you and I, man. We was at concert in the park with me, you, and and John back in the day. Yeah, but you know what? I am going to, call this one quits, because I don't think anybody else is coming up or has even attempted to come up. But don't worry about it. We're going to go ahead and do this one again. A couple days, probably on Friday night and Saturday night. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I know I'm about to go get some food because I am hungry in a mug. And yeah, it has been a great monologue. I'm thirsty. Let me get some water. Put that alcohol down. So I hope you all have a wonderful evening. And Tobias, that guy, Tobias, is on the way. I'm gonna catch y'all later. Peace.